Okay, we are pretty much done with the mixing stage here. We're pretty much done. It really looks good. It sounds good. But what I'm lacking a little bit, if we listen closely to the overall drum tone here, it sounds a little bit dry. It sounds like the drum set is located in a living room. There's nothing to it. There's no space to it, no room, no body, you know? It sounds nice, but there's something missing. And that is basically where the reverb comes in. And this is a little bit of experience. You cannot say that you should add in this kind of reverb always on the snare and this kind of reverb always on the kick. It depends, and it depends on your liking. It depends on the song you're mixing, on the genre you're fiddling with. You know, it depends on so many things. So I'm gonna throw in my experience here and say, okay, I want the kick, or I want some parts of my my drum kit go through a plate and a room reverb, because I know it sounds good, because I did it before, sure. But that is what experience is, right? So I'm gonna add in 2 reverb tracks here. And these are like the compression track. These work as parallel tracks. So let's grab those and pull them down here. All right. Let's call this okay, plate, and this is room. I got these settings set up already, so I'm gonna just copy over the plugins from my existing project here, or from my existing drum tone. These reverbs are coming from the T-Rex CSR reverb bundle. It's a plate and a room reverb, and these are pretty short reverbs. As you can see, the reverb times are 0.3 seconds. We got a lot of diffusion on the plate. We got not that much diffusion on the room. There are a lot of settings that you can go through here in the reverb plugin itself. I don't want to get into that much, because you have to fiddle around with that by yourself. You have to establish a reverb tone that you like. I cannot tell you what reverb is good for your tone. You have to do it by yourself. That's unfortunate, but it is how it is. I cannot tell you what reverb sounds good on your track. It depends. So I'm gonna use this plate, and I'm gonna use this room reverb from the CSR package. And the main thing that I want to show you is how do I route that. And in order to do that, or let's say what we want to do is we want to have the snare, or the kick, snare, toms, and overhead and ambient microphones playing through the reverb tracks. And how are we going to do that? We're going to add in some sends on our buses, okay? So the kick should play through the reverb channel of the plate. So I'm going to send the kick to the plate. And now there's an important setting. Usually sends are configured to be post fader. So what does that mean, post fader? the amount of signal that gets sent to the plate track from the kick track depends on the fader here. This is called post fader. If I set this send to be pre-fader post FX, all the effects, if for example I have an equalizer on the kick track here, all the effects are applied on the tone, and after that the signal is sent over to the plate bus, but before it gets volume adjusted by the fader. So if I toggle this here to pre-fader, the volume adjustment of this kick track does not mess with the amount of volume that is sent over to the plate bus. And that is basically how I want it to be. I don't want to have this fader, the volume of the kick drum, actually to mess with my reverb, or with the amount of reverb that the kick gets, you know? Okay? And the same thing goes for the room reverb. Let's add in this send, and we're gonna toggle that to pre-fader post FX now too. Okay, now this kick gets sent over to the plate. Let's see if that works. Let's solo these two. It works. If I only enable the plate here, I get only the reverb tone. So if I mute the reverb buses and I solo the kick buses, I get the raw kick sound. And now I can add in the plate bus here and adjust the amount of the reverb with the fader. Great stuff, right? But this plate is playing through the master bus, but I don't want it to play through the master bus. I want it to play through my drum bus here before it hits the master bus. How we do that? The plate, we're gonna untick this master parent send, and we're gonna add in a new send to our drum bus. And this is post fader because I want the volume adjustment to get recognized before it hits the drum bus, right? And the same goes for the room reverb here. Let's untick this and add in a send to the drum bus with post fader. Okay. Now this plate should play through the drum bus here. Let's solo it. It does. Okay. So now, like I said, I want to add in the snare. The snare should get sent over to the plate pre-fader, and it should get sent to the room pre-fader. And the same goes for... now I have to cheat again. I have to look. And the same goes for the toms. That's right. And for the overheads and ambience, yes, I send them over to the reverb channel too. Okay, let's add in those. I think I can copy these. No, I can't. Oh, damn it. That would have been awesome. Can I? Oh, I can. Okay, I can. Does this work? Pre-fader, send to... Oh, nice. Okay, I can copy these sends here in the DAW. That's cool. Okay. Now my kick, snare, toms, overheads, and ambient microphones, or my buses here, are playing through the plate and room reverb channels. Let's listen to that. Ooh. That's a lot of reverb. Let's listen to the whole drum bus here. This is a little bit too much. But since we got this reverb not put on the single buses here, I had to adjust the reverb amount and everything else if the CSR reverbs were put on the kick, snare, toms as insert plugins. The great thing about the buses here, or the aux channel if you want, are you can pull down the fader and just lower the amount of reverb on your overall drum tone. Parallel or by not lowering the volume of the kick and snare tones. So let's do that. Let's pull it down a little bit. There the reverb is gone. And now we can go ahead and set this to a reasonable level, how you like it. And usually I listen to the whole song in order to do that. So let's do it. Too much. Somewhere around here. If you solo it, you can hear that there's reverb on it. But in the overall mix, a little bit too loud.